I'm a person who likes reviews, and one thing I, am not a big fan of when I watch these reviews is when people take these art pieces they're reviewing and really just labels them as like a product. So a lot of reviews will have like these weird rating scales where it's just buy it, rent it, or like don't do anything with it. And first off, I don't like people when people say don't do anything with it because you can, by watching bad art or whatever, you appreciate the good art. And I'm a person who just likes to watch the bad stuff for the sake of talking about it. So I don't like those scales. And another reason why I don't like those scales is because they just take these art and they add a price tag to them. And I've watched like Angry Joe, and he'll like kind of really get on these rants about the price tag and really focus on the price tag and talk about getting the bang for your buck, and that's like a center point to the review. And first off, I don't like that because one we're paying different prices. I might go in a movie for free. I might go into this video game for free, and you might be spending way too much money on it. So, and I think, if there's some personal, anguish, like, oh, I spent too much money on this, and if that factors into your review, that's your personal experience. If you want to add that, that's all up to you. But it's really when we, like, say, oh, this game's too short, you're not going to get the bang for your buck, that's where I kind of, I get, like, uneasy because, I would like to imagine, if something is short and sweet, it can be just as great as, something that's extremely long and, alright. There are extremely long things I've played or watched that were just boring. And, why couldn't an hour-long movie, transcend that? I watched 5 minutes of, art that I thought, was amazing. And I would rather watch that over some boring hour-and-a-half movie that I felt nothing with. So at one point, what is the value of art? Is it, feelings, which is like, I would kind of like to think it is. Like, is it beyond that? Is it like kind of this outside stuff, like, really just being entertained, like, with, like, metadata and, like, oh, I played for this amount of hours and, I had about this much good of time with each part of the game? Or is it a mixture of all of that? When I rate something, I kind of like to encompass everything and at the same time wash it all away. Like, I like to think, okay, what is just the score? Don't even think about it. And at the same time, I like to take in all the little variables, like how did it make me feel? What did I like about it? Why did I like about it? And I like to encompass all of that. And usually, I arrive at the same place with, that and, just, oh, what is it? Like, what is it out of 10? And sometimes I really have to dig in deep and try to get, like, this kind of contextual idea of why I like this. And, I try to, say why so I could, make the review and stuff. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you watch these reviews I'm talking about where, they'll specifically say, oh, you should buy this? Like, well, at the same time, like, why should I buy it if I can just not spend the money and also, like, why would I buy it if I can just, do it for free? Are you saying, like, are you adding this whole other argument, like, if something's good enough, you should pay money for it? Like, there's a lot of philosophies and rating scales that, I could rant about, but that's one that gets me because it adds a price tag to art and it treats art as if it's like a physical product. And I'm not trying to say like movies and video games and music are like the most important thing in the universe, but it's obviously a big part of my life and a big part of other people's lives. So I would like to think that, I wouldn't like to just, put it, on an auction and like your experiences with this game you feel so nostalgic for and like put a price tag on that. Like if you were to go into my childhood and say, how much would you pay for that to, exist within your childhood? Like hundreds of dollars. Like, I don't know. Like, it was a big part of my childhood, whatever that game or movie was. So I'm gonna, like, if I had to put a physical price on it, I'm gonna, put a physical price on it. But I don't like doing that because, that feels wrong. And so it's like, if you're going for the bang of your buck, that obviously gave me a huge bang. But like, what if I just played that at a different point in my life? Then it's not the same. It's not the same thing. I should cut this ramble off before it gets too much. Thank you for watching, and with that, I leave you.